I'm very happy to say that I have already worked in Mexico on the theme of couples, and I've been doing this work for more than 30 years, maybe 35 years. First as a couples therapist, and over the last 20 or so years as a constellating facilitator. And I've done a lot of training of people to work with couples. And probably the biggest training is being married myself and working on my own long marriage, which is, I'm very happy to say, been going on for 45 or more years. So it's a topic that I really love. You asked me about the issues that are common that people bring to couples workshops. And it is usually because they are afraid that the energy they've got at the moment is closing their hearts, so that their curiosity and their sense of movement and optimism has begun to fade. And very often it's difficult for them to find out exactly where the problem is. There are certainly issues of poor exchange that happen in couples, where people get into punishing and attacking each other, so they're constantly losing what little hope there is. There are certainly lack of skill that many couples, particularly young couples, have, so that their ability to communicate and to make contact in a genuinely heartfelt way is very difficult. It's difficult in a particular way for men, who often find it difficult to be vulnerable, but it's difficult for women too, because it's sometimes hard for them to know what to do with their strength. So there's exchange issues and there's contact issues, and many people, if they've had a really hard early life, have come into marriage with real issues of trust and safety, and finding it difficult to really feel as if they are attached. So if they come in not having got very strong natural attachment skills, some of the work is actually helping them dare to reach out and receive and ask and feel safe. And if they have had experiences of very damaging contact, then that needs attention and healing, so that they can return to a feeling that with this partner they can be safe. There are cultural issues, which I remember very much in the last time that I came, particularly because intimacy is hard when couples have very different power places. So that if men and women are not used to feeling like equals, then it's very difficult to achieve the level of relaxation for real intimacy. But of course, in constellation work, we see many systemic issues that people accidentally bring with them from their families of origin. They are still somehow either confusing their partner with their parents, or they are carrying something for their parents or for other family members, which means that they really don't see their own partner. Maybe they don't even see themselves very clearly. So rather rapidly in a constellation, a lot of this becomes very apparent. It shows up in a fast and a very compassionate way. And it's possible in the space of an hour or so for people to actually get a radically new way of experiencing themselves in their marriages. And I just want to say one more thing, which is that many people have concerns about their children. Having children makes it more difficult to separate, and it also creates great difficulties for parents when children are in difficulties. And again, I think in constellations we can see what children are carrying, and sometimes we can take it back so that the children are more free, and that's a great gift for couples. I just want to say one more thing, which is that being a couple is so different at the beginning stage of your life, at the middle stage of your life, towards the end of your life. It's very different if you've got children, very different if there are other kinds of issues. So it's hard to generalize over the whole field of couple relationships. What is true at one stage is probably going to be different at another. I think that couples get a lot from watching other couples work. Sometimes their own issues actually get even better attended to when they participate in other people's constellations. And for the final day, which will be really looking at some of the theory behind the practice, I think practitioners are always more richly resourced when they've had an opportunity to see and understand some of the theory and the principles behind the work. And I hope that's what I'll be able to give them.